What's up, everybody? This is Wes. I am the MidLife Rider, and today we're going to go out for a little ride. We're going to go try to check out this spot that I heard about here in South Jersey, and we are going to try to grab some lunch. So hopefully this turns out to be a pretty nice spot. Looked pretty good from the videos and the pictures that I saw, so we're gonna go check it out. Just a leisurely little ride through South Jersey. Thanks for coming along. Woo. It's a really nice day out today. I mean, it's 64 degrees. Well, at least that's what it's saying. It's saying it's about 64 degrees right now, so it's a great day for a ride. Some might find it a little chilly. I actually put the liner back in my one jacket, keep me a little bit warmer. But you know, other than that, I mean, it's a lovely, lovely, clear day. Now, I'm pretty sure that I can get down to this place a lot quicker, but we'll just take this route. Beautiful fall. Check out some of the fall colors. Welcome to East Greenwich. We're entering East Greenwich Township. There's a big Jeep. Feeling mighty American. pull off here and make an adjustment. We pulled over to make a quick adjustment. Take care of a few things here. But now that's done, we can get back on our horse. Go grab our lunch. So actually what I stopped to do is I stopped to put my earplugs in and to change my microphone a little bit. I'll put the windshield on it a little bit because I was hearing so much wind noise. I don't know how much of that was coming through on the mic, but it was definitely coming through on my ears, so I figured I should probably put that on and maybe improve the audio a little bit, if possible. We'll see. But we are down in South Jersey, which is the garden part of the Garden State. So when we talk about the Garden State, this is what we're talking about. Down here where you get the corn and tomatoes, beans and greens, pumpkins. Shop, kind of like a well-known spot around here, well-known butcher shop in this area where people go to get their meat. So I guess here in South Jersey you can get the beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes, hams, hogs, dogs, you know, all that stuff. It's a long way to go for a cheap trip. I think we're switching towns soon, coming up on Sunday. Oldman's folks got their Halloween decorations out. This is Auburn. I know where we're headed because my job has an office down here. You may have seen me coming through this area before in another video. Look at all this open land. All this land. I don't know if it's open. I'm sure it's owned by somebody because this land gets farmed. So it's all farmland. Something going on over there. Some greens. More over there. Somebody's memorial. It looks like there's 2 white bicycles. So you can only imagine that somebody got hurt on their bicycle out on this road at some point, because that looked like one of those roadside memorials. Which I never really understood, but I guess if it makes the families feel better, it's not hurting anyone. For it to be there. This guy just works on Mercedes. Old Mercedes. There's a bunch of old Mercedes down there. A bunch of old Benzes down there. Pretty cool. Furniture, cone in the road. this light here, if I was to go to the right, my job is right over there. About a half a click. Let's see what we got down this way. But they're building a brand new warehouse over there through those trees. Are doing that here in South Jersey. They're building a lot of those giant warehouses. You know, like Amazon-sized warehouses. You know, I guess you got this eastern corridor where you have access to 95 and 295 and it's easy for trucks to get in and out for shipping goods all up and down the East Coast. So, I guess why not build here, right? You got all this land, and you know they stopped farmers from farming. So farmers are selling off the land. Developers are taking the land. They're building these giant warehouses and stuff. I mean, it's a little short-sighted because no farmers, no food. But, you know, what can I say? People don't necessarily learn. It's hard for some people to learn lessons before things actually happen. You know, my mama used to say, you don't believe fat meat is greasy, you know. Some people will say you don't believe water's wet until you fall out of the boat. They're going to figure it out, and they're going to be hurting. I'm not a conspiracy theorist by any means, but I would say this: have a plan, have an emergency plan, have an emergency escape route, make a plan for your family. I would just say that. You govern yourself accordingly. Doesn't mean that anything's going to happen. Doesn't mean anything's not going to happen. Just, I know the fat meat is greasy. Twisted Hat Cannabis. Whatever. Whatever. Now we are entering Pennsville. This is Pennsville, New Jersey. The Delaware Memorial Bridge over there. That takes you into Delaware and all points south. Wow, I mean, it just really is a beautiful day. Sign there for a New Jersey Heritage Trail. Tesla Chargers. Gas is $2.65. Ain't bad. Well, that's unsettling. Big Mack truck coming at you, hoping he turns. that come down here. I saw this park. I actually passed by the place that I'm going to for lunch, but it's right there. I saw this park and I figured, let me just come down here. Check it out. We'll stop at the park for a minute. It looks like some people playing pickleball out here. Interesting, they have pickleball courts and tennis courts. Now I think in my town they actually converted a bunch of tennis courts into pickleball courts because of the pickleball craze. But it looks like somebody's getting pickleball lessons because he's got a bucket of balls over there. He's hitting back and forth to that young lady. And then come down here and take a look. Really nice playground facility. I'm not even sure what this park is called, but looks pretty cool. So it's a bit of a walk down here out to the Delaware. This is the Delaware. Over there is the Delaware Memorial Bridge that we had passed coming up here. It's a really big park. Beautiful park. There's one way for me to get my steps in today. Look at this. Oh, there's a bench swing. Now I know if I go set myself on that bench swing, it'd probably be a broken bench swing. So we won't do that. Right out here, brings you right to the water. What a peaceful little park. I might bring myself down here a little more often. This would be a nice place to come and just bring a book. I mean, when it's calm like this. This is Riverview Beach Park. Okay, Riverview Beach Park. That's the name of the park. In Pennsville, New Jersey. Right on, I think this is either Broad Street or Broadway. It's a nice little spot. You might want to come check it out. It's like a good place to have a picnic, a little family picnic. You can come down and play basketball, pickleball. I saw tennis courts. There's no entry fee, so you can sit along the Delaware. There's a walking trail. I don't know if you can ride bikes on the walking trail, but certainly there's a walking trail. So and here is where we have come for lunch. Famous Sgt. Bob Smoked Barbecue and Grill. So let's see what Famous Sgt. Bob has to offer.